Right, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're taking a look at the Dave Chappelle nonsense that's happened. Few things to get off straight from the bat. I don't particularly find Dave Chappelle funny. I don't particularly think that his jokes are necessarily funny. I mean, those kind of go hand in hand. But I will always defend to the death the point of a joke just being a joke. I really do think that, like, we're treading in very, very, very uneasy waters now when we start to become the arbiters of what is funny and what is not funny, what is allowed to be joked about and what is not allowed to be joked about. And this is one of them. You know, so what if a bunch of people didn't find it funny? Who cares? A joke is a joke. You know, to have freedom of speech or to have the ability to attempt to tell a joke is running the risk of being offensive. You run the risk of being offensive to anyone at all times. You can be offensive just in the way you look. And it's utterly hilarious. You look at the people that are writing these articles and you look at what they're saying, right? And you say to yourself, okay, so these people are very clearly for inclusion. They're very clearly for representation. Okay, so why aren't you allowing, or at least open-minded enough to allow for people to joke about these things? What's the problem? What is the problem? So let's take a look. I've got 3 articles I wanted to take a look at. So this is from Vice, from Taylor Hosking, apparently a person who has utterly, well, either no sense of humour or lacks the critical thought to discern what is meant to be a joke and what is not. You can definitely skip Dave Chappelle's new Netflix special, Sticks and Stones. The comedian doubles down on misogyny and transphobia in both the special and the hidden bonus scene that follows. Dave Chappelle made a return to Netflix on Monday with a new stand-up special, Sticks and Stones. Surely the clue's in the name? Sticks and stones may break my bones, you know, but names will never hurt me. Surely the clue is in the name. Fans quickly realised that if you watch until the very end, this special has a secret epilogue called The Punchline, where Chappelle answers questions from audience members who went to his separate Dave Chappelle on Broadway stand-up show last July. The special takes the comic's anti-wokeness shtick to a new level, and the whole thing is repetitive and exhausting enough that it's a slog to even make it to the Q&A. So this clearly isn't for you then, is it? If you already know that he's anti-woke, why would you watch something that you know you're going to not enjoy? Like, I get these comments all the time. I released, for those that don't know, I'm doing another project. Well, I'm doing a project car on the channel, and I know it's not for everyone, so don't watch it. It's the same as this. Not every piece of media is there to be consumed by every single person. Don't fucking watch it. You do have the ability, ladies and gentlemen, to self-censor. You really do. So this clearly is not for them. So don't watch it. Why did you watch it? Chappelle's controversial 2017 Netflix specials like The Age of Spin, Dave Chappelle live at the Hollywood Palladium, and Equanimity and The Bird Revelation honed his voice as a comedian wary of progressive criticism. And they probably should be wary of progressive criticism. They really should be. We're living in a world now where jokes are really demonized. It's a joke. So they should be wary. All comedians should be very concerned by the movement that's happening. That voice is even sharper in his latest special. At one point in his routine, he says he doesn't believe Michael Jackson molested young children. He continues by saying that if Jackson did, the children should have felt lucky their first name was with the King of Pop. The first time was with the King of Pop. I mean, that's not... I mean, it's got a little chuckle. I mean, it's not exactly hilarious, is it? Adding, do you know how good it must have felt to go to school the next day after that? And then, obviously, and here we go, Chappelle also returned to his now infamous obsession. Obsession? with making fun of trans people, saying trans people hate my effing guts, and I don't blame them. I can't stop writing jokes about these N-words. This time, these jokes included asking the audience how funny it would be if he was actually a Chinese person stuck inside a black man's body, which, you guessed it, also include a racist impression of a Chinese person. Like, I don't find that level of humour to be funny. I don't think, in my eyes, but I'm not going to say you shouldn't do it. That's retarded. So, and it's comical as well, because then now we've got Michael Jackson accuser Wade Robinson responds to Dave Chappelle's disgusting jokes about leaving Neverland. So his response, Robson responded to Chappelle's bit on Remarks to TMZ, telling the website he found Chappelle's content disgusting, irresponsible, and inexcusable. We can and should do better than this. Oh, please. Please. We can and should do better than this. Says the people touting for worldwide inclusion and acceptance, and then suddenly turning around and saying, oh, but you can't joke about this. Yeah, you must agree with this. Because if you don't, you're this. Okay. Does no one not... Am I the only one that sees the massive hypocrisy here? I said this to someone yesterday. It's literally one side being so anti one thing and so pro another that they have gone around and become what they are anti. What they are so vehemently against. You know, telling people you must accept things. You must do this. But only if it aligns with our ideology. Is that actually acceptance? Or is that a form of, well, coercion and control? You be the judge. So by the time the Q&A plays at the end of the special, Chappelle has already shown his unapologetic approach to courting controversy. Well, clearly, if he's doing Chinese stereotype impressions, Einstein, his answers put that into even starker view. He says that a white woman left one of his practice sets for the special at the Punchline Comedy Club in San Francisco, telling him, I'm sorry, I was... Chappelle says he replied saying, it's not your fault, you were, but it's not my fault either. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is true. And obviously the, the curse words at the end there, as you can see, I'm highlighting. I've got to censor myself a little bit because YouTube suppresses videos otherwise. That bit is definitely OTT. Like, of course it is. But that's the point of jokes to some degree. When your sense of humour is so, pushing to one edge. Yeah, I can see why it's added. I don't think it's particularly funny. But he's got a point. Of course, it's a horrible thing going through assault, but it's not anyone's fault except for the person that committed it. You shouldn't censor yourself just because people may be offended. It's not right, especially not when the intention behind things are purely comedic. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this, to be honest. There was one more article here which was from The Guardian, which is terrible anyway. Shock and bore, how Dave Chappelle lost his comedic touch. And this is by Charles Bramsco. In his controversial MJ defending trans attacking Netflix special, the once groundbreaking comedian shows his power has been diminished. But you realise, ladies and gents, like, all of the people writing this stuff, it's just free advertisement for Netflix. It's free advertisement for this. I've not even seen this yet. I'm now somewhat tempted to watch it just to see how bad it is. Maybe see whether it is as offensive as they say it is. And again, like I said at the start, I am no way, in shape or form, supporting this level of humour, because I don't find this particularly that funny. I like dry wit and sarcasm and stuff like that. You should probably know by now if you've watched any of my videos. I don't find this particularly funny, but I will still defend someone's right to make jokes. Because we're on a slippery slope when we start to control what can and cannot be joked about. That is literally controlling what people can or cannot say. So, what do you think about this? Because this is blown up. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know there are people that watch me that are on the side of this form of censorship. I know that because when I've talked about it before, I've been lambasted in the comment section saying I thought you were better than this. They're jokes, ladies and gents. Remember, you cannot give offense, you can only take it. And this is clearly not for the people that were watching this and doing the reviews. And that's the other thing to really keep in mind here, is that very clearly there's a bias going into writing these reviews. So why did you watch it in the first place? Exactly the same kind of argument can be said for the people that watch videos on YouTube. And I see it all the time because it's on my videos as well, that are very clearly labeled what the content is, and yet you still chose to watch it, but then complain about it. Censor yourself, because not every piece of media is there to be consumed by everyone. It's like your favourite naughty movie. Not everyone's, not what everyone likes tickles your fancy, you know? People like what they like. You don't go off and watch something else expecting the same result, do you? So anyway, leave your thoughts down below. Sorry to end on that weird analogy, but I thought it was apt, so I thought maybe even the simpletons could grasp that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new here, hit subscribe. Stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news by hitting the bell notification icon. Give this video a like, and please do share it if you enjoyed it. As always, I've been Mr. H. Take care.